Shalom Dammit! This is Rabbi Sol Solomon with a Rabbinical Reflection for the week of May 18th, 2014. Well, the Muslims are at it again, and this time they're not in Syria or Pakistan or Saudi Arabia or any of those other countries where oil wells turned the third world into the first world without giving a second thought to the First Amendment. No, today's Mohammedan mess comes from Nigeria, of all places. The Islamic militant organization Boko Haram, which I believe is the African word for Boko Haram, has spent its quality time causing terrorism and assassinations to the tune of 10,000 dead in the region over the last decade. Nobody ever heard of them until now because, well, let's face it, a bunch of African schwarzes, we have our own problems. But now they've gone too far. They've kidnapped a bunch of nubile young girls. It's kind of like when the New York Post has a headline that someone stabbed a co-ed. You could rape a dozen fat immigrant Eskimo women, and you won't even get a line in the Weird But True column. But you knife a cute co-ed, the Post has coverage for a week. So now, Boko Haram, this cancerous collective of terror cells, which is what cancer is, come to think of it, Boko Haram has leapt into New York Post nirvana by attacking an all-girls school and kidnapping more than 200 female students. And just to show that it isn't personal, just business, they've threatened to sell the girls into slavery. I know, it's horrible, it's inhumane, and let me tell you, with Merry Maids charging $100 a week, I'm tempted. But seriously, what a shock that the religion of peace would turn out to be the religion of 200 pieces of Nigerian ass. Governments around the world are working to coax the kidnappers into behaving decently, which is kind of like asking a gorilla to stop throwing banana crap. In response, Boko Haram said, "Sure, we'll release the young ladies in a trade for all our terrorists that you have locked up." Sound familiar? Ask Israel how many murderers it had to exchange just to bring a few soldiers home. Wisely, the Nigerian government has rejected the Teens for Terrorists swap meet, though they are open to broad negotiations. They just won't negotiate for the broads. Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan, and I'm not making that up, the guy sounds like he should have a second act number in Guys and Dolls. Goodluck Jonathan is meeting with other world leaders to discuss ways to put the Loco Bocos in their place. Hopefully, that won't include meeting their demands, appeasing them, or treating them like people. Oh, and big thumbs up to the vigilantes who rose up against these Islamic fundamentalers last week and started taking back their village. I'm sure they said to themselves, hey, the government won't do it and the UN won't do it, so let's grab some torches and pitchforks and look for imams. Of course, I have a much better and safer way of getting revenge on the Nigerians. We send them all an email, and the email says, "Congratulations, you have won $5 million, which is being held for you in trust by my uncle, the King of Nebraska. In order to claim your lotto earnings, just send us a bank transfer for $8,000, along with 3 dozen Nigerian teenage nymphettes, and you'll get your check in the mail faster than you can say, P.S. If you find Casey Kasem, we'll throw in a toaster. Sincerely, Prince Chaim, Omaha." I know, it's a cruel trick, but payback's a bitch. So come on, Boko Haram, release the bitches. This has been a Rabbinical Reflection from Rabbi Sol Solomon, Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York.